how to tell if he's serious about you. And how to make him commit, how to make him engage, how to make him crazy about you. Okay, ladies, so I bring my friend and coach, Andres. How are you doing, buddy?
Great to be here. Thank you for having me. Yeah. Always a pleasure. Great to see you again, ladies.
So you wanted this topic. You picked this topic.
I did.
Why?
I did because sometimes we can misread certain signs or signals and thinking there's some level of intimacy, not necessarily a relationship, though, or a level of exclusivity. So I wanted to talk about this because I have a lot of clients in the situation where when it comes, especially when the sexual side comes in, there's a difference between having sex with someone and being intimate with someone. And when someone's intimate, that's when they're really willing to be a little more open and vulnerable about not just themselves physically, but emotionally and mentally. And those are great, we can go further in this, but there's a great signs in the beginning that he's serious about you.
Yeah. So basically I wanted also this topic because I've seen this situation a lot. You don't know how to behave with someone that could be hot and cold, someone that will give you attention but then disappear, someone that will be very honest, very open, very in love, but that will ghost you also for a couple of days, weeks, or that will never open his personal life. When you're in this case, you don't know what are the tools, what are the signs to really know if he's serious about you. So let's start with the sign number one. What is a sign that you think, Coach Andres, that a guy is serious and you can believe in him?
I always look at it where it's about the consistency in the very beginning stages, because the guy wants to build credibility with you. He wants to know that you could trust him, that he's consistent with his efforts, he's consistent with his communication, he's consistent by making sure that he keeps you around and involved and interested in what he's doing. So in the beginning stages, when there's hot and cold or love bombing, you just kind of ride those waves that he's just playing this game with you, and that's something you don't always want to do. Most men want to date on their pace, on their time, on their schedule. The right man, if he's serious about you, wants to be reciprocal and respectful towards your schedule and your availability, and cooperate and compromise what works for both of us and compare to what's convenient for him. So when he's consistently and getting involved with you and communicating with you, that shows, wow, that shows not only do I feel closer with him, but I feel more trusting, more respect, more confidence towards him.
I love what you just mentioned. It's a big part of my philosophy, the consistency, because that's where you can see
how'd you say that?
Consistency.
No, I like that. That was good.
With French accent.
That was awesome. I gotta say that every time now.
So to be honest, it is really like something very important, because you can feel when there is actions and words and it's always matching. That's a very sign of serious situation from a guy.
Yeah.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about is when a guy will make some project with you, like let's meet next week, let's do this. Oh, I would love to do that with you. Because when a guy will project himself, it means that he's serious, he wants to build a relationship.
Yes.
Let's be careful on something. There is project and love bombing. Oh, I want to have kids. Oh, I want to get married.
Yeah.
This is a little bit too much when you just get to know each other.
Yes.
So I'm saying, like, when a guy has some project that he wants to see you, he wants to organize something special, he's thinking about the next move that he has to make to please you and to attract you at the same time, that's very good. Because I see some guys, oh yeah, we see when we meet, or we text, but there is no really like project and engagement and commitment. So that will be a sign that I encourage you to look at.
Yes.
And if you don't have someone that makes project, and another sign could be if he doesn't open his word, if he doesn't talk about his family, his work.
It's huge.
That's a little bit weird too.
All the way. I mean, this all kind of categorizes towards like emotional availability, emotional intelligence, emotional confidence, emotional stability. So if you're talking about how to know if he's serious about you, obviously you have the beginning stages that's already established. So you guys are kind of getting along and dating, and you're wondering and you're asking yourself, is he serious about me? Well, if the man is emotionally available, that's how you know he's serious about you, because that's a big step for us men to really focus and basically learn about how being more emotionally mature. I can honestly say with respect, you women are way more emotionally mature than us men. I don't want to go too far and give you guys too much, but you guys are. You guys are. And so when a man basically pays attention to that and wants to grow from that and learn from that, that's a huge transition from a boy to a man when it comes to a level of just masculinity. You know, I don't care how successful he is. I don't care how strong he is. I don't care how much money he has. It's this level of emotional maturity truly identifies a real man, a high value man. So outside of being consistent in the very beginning stages where you have a relationship and you're curious if he's serious about you, he's emotionally available. I'm not saying he's emotionally a mess. I'm not saying he's like always sensitive and crying. No, he's just confident with who he is and who he's not. He's okay with being wrong. He doesn't mind, you know, being not only wrong, but learning about the situation because he doesn't care about being right so often. His pride and ego is out the door. That's a level of inner self-confidence that's not only attractive, but you really feel secured and close with someone because it's, again, connecting with someone.
That is very important because it shows that you have someone in front of you that wants to do good also.
Yes.
That's a sign of serious situation.
Yes.
Like, I would love to say, if you want to know if this guy is serious, tell him something you want him to do or change, like something little. Because if he listens to you and if he try to improve it, if he try not to please you, but just to understand that there is things that he can do better, that's a big sign that you have a mature man with you that is really mature, he's really confident, and he wants to do good. So ask him little things. Yeah. For example, I would love to go for the next day to a great restaurant. And you let him pick the restaurant. Or I would love to do something completely different. And you let him initiate the contact. Yeah. If he does it, it means that he's involved. He's putting some time and effort in the relationship.
Yes.
Just not, okay, we go to the same restaurant all the time, we do always the same thing.
Of course.
That's too easy.
Yes, all the way. I mean, another step with that in the sense is another kind of test or challenge in a way is when you get comfortable with each other and close enough, you would see if the guy wants to get involved and learn about your world. Mm-hmm. And he wants to get to know who you are outside of the relationship. He wants to know what kind of work are you doing, who's your family, what are your friends like. When he shows that level, then maybe you can have that level of a test saying, oh, I'd love to get to know your sister you always speak so highly about. Oh, I love your parents. They sound so funny. Maybe one day I could, yeah, that'd be great. Oh, I love how you guys go out with the coworkers. I was like, let me know next time I can join you guys in that sense. You're bringing a level of, again, it's not coming off needy, it's confidence. Mm-hmm. Because you're putting yourself out there in a place where you know you guys are dating, you want to see if there's something serious, then show some confidence and initiate that with a level of a test, but seeing how he reacts to it. Because if he's basically always giving you all the great attention and then you bring up his family or friends or coworkers and he's like, whoa, no, and it closes that off, red flag is up, and you're thinking, what's going on there? He seems so great with me, but there's something off outside of that. And I want to know before I get even more serious with someone.
And I love that you tackle this topic because we have coached so many women that were in a situation where they didn't feel that this guy was serious. They didn't feel that the guy was involved, that he likes her. So what is your number one advice? Do you recommend for women when they feel that basically this guy is not serious to go and have open communication, tell him, you know what, I feel like this is not what I want, this is not where I feel comfortable. How can we address the situation?
Well, I guess you want to be reassured that you want to speak up on saying, you want to speak up on what's important for you. You want to speak up on what's your values, what you're looking for, your attractions. You want to give him like the handbook on how to love you in a way or what works for you. So if you're talking about not necessarily about just you and him, but where you are in your life and where you are in your chapter of your life and what you're in that age gap, you can bring something that's a little bigger than just him and you. So in that way, you're not pinpointing, you're not doing this, you're not being enough, you're not going like that. You can come off a little more, let's say, in the sense of, in this time of my life or in this place in my life or actually what I've gone through, I know what I want and I definitely know what I don't want. And I really want to keep things more towards what I see that's clear. Mm-hmm. I love clarity. I love, the directness. I love pure, honesty on certain things. Even if you don't like it, even if you don't like me, I work that way better. I'm in a good place in my life. I'm in a good flow, momentum of where I'm going because I work so hard. I've gone through so much. So when you bring it bigger than just the boyfriend-girlfriend title, he not only, hopefully he respects that, then you realize he's not putting the pressure pinpointed on him. Because he's like, you know what, I don't want to mess with her. I don't want to waste her time. I don't want to hurt her. And then that's where you're projecting that need or that value without saying, you do this. Mm-hmm. It's more about bigger than that. My life, my time.
And I feel like men will listen to you. So the moment you come with some, okay, I would love to do that. I would love to have this. This is what I want in my relationship. When we are serious, we will listen to that.
Yes.
So if you think that he's not serious, just by talking about what you want, you will challenge him so he can grow up also in the relationship. He can come to you, he can talk to you, he can show you that he's able to do more. And you know there is a lot of men that will tell you, I understand, I didn't maybe give you my best. Yeah. And they also maybe tell you, this happened to me yesterday with a client. So we worked on the communication 2 weeks ago and she get back to me with an email and she told me, Alex, he told me that he really loves me, but sometimes I'm too available and too much. So she relates to my videos. So when she brings up the fact that she was thinking that he's not serious, but with good words, what happened is that it told her, you know what, I understand you, but there's a moment where I feel you're a little bit too much on me, and I like to be, to have some independency. Can I say that?
All the way.
Yes. So basically, this is what makes her realize that, okay, we can have great communication.
Yes.
It's not like black or white.
I mean, there's a lot of gray, and sometimes gray is the best place to be because you're meeting them in both ways. And again, if someone's wrong about something, it's because they're actually going to learn about the other person. Like, to add on to that, it's more also as well as like when those communication situations happen where there's a misunderstanding or there's a disagreement or an argument or a level of space because something uncomfortably happens, which is inevitable. It's not you, it's not him, but in that phase of dating to seriousness, there's always that level of test of how do we resolve conflict? How do we resolve a fight? If a guy shows to a point where he's not scared about being wrong, or you're not going to scare him off with this little disagreement or even a healthy argument, he's basically telling you, like, listen, I don't want to lose you. I don't want to worry about threats or ultimatums or try to open doors for other people. That really shows, like, listen, we don't have to like each other right now. We don't have to agree on this, but let's give each other space because I understand where you're coming from. But that was not my intention. So that communication really gets tested when things get a little uncomfortable between two people, which is inevitable. So if that guy shows that he's there for you, not necessarily has to agree with you or even like what you're saying, that really is a big character of being serious with someone.
And so, you know what? Sometimes we are like also all over the head. We will talk to all of our friends. Look what he did. Look what he does. This is also too much. You need to stay focused on the positivity. You don't have to talk to everyone because that will bring up some negativity. So it's a matter of great communication.
I mean, honestly, I would like to. You just said something that really gave me so much memories of my clients. They always say every time I talk to one of my girlfriends about the situation with the guy, they just bash him right off the back. And when they set up a session with one of us, they talk about how not only do I want a coach's point of view, I want a man's point of view, because you really now bring some clarity, but with some balance of logical, emotional thinking. Now I can see where he's coming from. I get the psychology of a man, and I know he's got enough credibility where I even want to talk about him in this way. But a lot of girlfriends are there to protect you. So it's not that they're trying to hurt the relationship, but their purest intention is to protect you. And a lot of times they've been hurt for other reasons. And it's more of like, if you're gonna ask for someone advice, if it's not us, a coach, I would ask a close relationship of someone you admire. Your sister and brother-in-law, your cousin and his wife, your mom and your dad. Relationships that have been through that test compared to maybe, with all due respect, girlfriends or other single women who are in the same boat in that way, because they can come off a little more too protective, which I understand is great, but it could also maybe just change that perspective on him.
And to rebound on what you're saying, I know that you have a product how to make him fall in love. That's the truth. Because if you want to know if he's serious, those are questions like, how can I make him more in love?
Yes.
How can I make him, like really tied to me and in the sense like very happy in a relationship? So we have training session. You have this product that is amazing in the description, just right below. Yep. But also having a male perspective is very important.
Yes.
So it's what we do usually is like helping you figure out your situation and empower you.
Yes.
Because sometimes you would just lose yourself, like let the negative emotions also win,
all the way.
Which is not the case.
No, and I always tell everyone who I talk to, I was like, the number one thing is I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And it starts out with giving you more responsibility, you more accountability about the situation, because I can't guarantee and promise what he's going to do or say, but you will know more now from a coach and from a man to see the right answers. You'll get your answers. You'll get your message across by taking more accountability and focusing on what you can control, compared to try to forcing him to find something that's not really there.
So ladies, I really want you to tell us in the comment section, what is your situation, right? It's right below. What is your situation? What's going on? What makes you scared? Because we can answer your question. You have also the link in the description for the product or the coaching session.
Yes.
We want to grow this community, so it's time to smash the like button, subscribe. We are here for you. We want to give you our best. If you have a lot of questions about if he's serious, I know that you're scared. And if you do a mistake, ladies, you will end up with a disillusion. And that's where you lose yourself, you lose your self-confidence, and you don't know if one day you will be happy. It's the moment to listen to our advice, okay? It's the moment to work on yourself. It's the moment to ask questions. And we are here in the comment section. So I will see you very soon. But I think it's very important for you to know that it is possible.
Yes.
Like, not every relationship is perfect immediately at the beginning.
No.
So we need to take some time here.
All the way. Couldn't say it better.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Coach Andres.
Thank you.
See you, ladies. Take care of yourself.
Take care.